That's going to be a problem. Let me think about this a minute. Let's see how that did. Oh. Gotta figure something else out. Even though I knew better, I went ahead and put vice grips on there. I dinged it a little bit. I'm pretty unhappy about that, but I got it broken loose a little bit, and with the addition of a little bit more PB Blaster in there, I do have some movement going on here. And I think that this is just going to be a matter of wiggling this thing, working it back and forth for a little while. Oh, there we go. Ooh, hey, that's getting better. Yeah, this is going to come apart. Starting to get good turns here. There we go. Oh, look at that. I think, yep, I think I've got it all the way to the end. Although I won't be able to get it all the way off because it's physically going to interfere right there. That's okay. So I've got it loose. Now let's see if I can get this ruler knocked out, huh? Hey, look at that. We have movement. Haha. Gonna happen. Oh. Almost lost that poor, very sad spring. Oh. Sweet, I didn't break it on the way out. So there's that keeper I was worried about. It is now not broken. And here's my ruler. Freed of the whole contraption. Sweet. Seems to be a lot of wiggling back and forth to get this thing apart here. That's okay. We got time. It's been sitting in the mud for, I don't know, probably every bit of 30, maybe 40 years. I suppose taking an extra 6 minutes or so to take it apart carefully is not so big of a problem, is it? Haha, there we go. Look at that. So that is the keeper. It holds tension on your ruler once you get it into there. Look at that, folks. I've got this thing all the way apart, and I didn't even break anything. Only thing I'm a little sad about, well, is one, that my camera doesn't want to focus like it's supposed to, and two, oh, come on, that my little knurled knob here. I knew better. I knew better. I knew better. I got it a little bit with the pliers. Kind of beefed about that. That's right. We'll get it cleaned up, and it'll be good as new. Well, almost good as new. So, of all the pieces in urgent need of care, wouldn't you agree that this is the most urgently needed piece? And so, have been mulling over how to best fix this. And, well, I think I have the solution. Check out what just came in the mail the other day. Only 14,478,316 Kool-Aid points later, I think most of that was for shipping, got ye old anvil. So I've got a nice, steady, solid surface upon which to flatten my ruler. Now I don't want to just strike this thing with a hammer. Stop right there. This is not the proper hammer, per se, to be doing this job. But it is the proper hammer because it's the hammer that I have. I figured I'd get the anvil first and then get the Thor hammer later. So yes, I'm going to be using a claw hammer Sue me. Anyway, so I don't want to whack the I don't want to whack the ruler with the hammer because that will ding it up. That'll mar it up. I don't believe that pressing this in a clamp or something similar, I don't think that that's going to do it. I think it's going to require the shock of a hammer or being struck in order to unkink it. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got this little block of wood, this little end grain block of this hardwood, and this is going to do a couple of things for me. This will localize the force. So instead of having like a great big flat board pressing down on it, clamp down on it or something, this will put all of that force in that one spot right there where I can kind of direct where that force goes. Also, it's going to prevent me from marring this surface. Now I'm going to have to be kind of careful right here, wherever this is resting. I'm going to have to be careful on this end of the anvil because that could potentially ding it up too. In fact, I think I'm going to put something over the edge of that. There we go. Kind of haphazard, but the aluminum is softer than the steel of this ruler. And incidentally, I found, where did it go? I found a maker's mark right there, which of course you're not going to be able to see. My camera won't focus. Craftsman. Craftsman, made in USA. So, oh yeah, and as long as we're using the wrong hammer, I'm going to start out with this. It's not a dead blow, it's just a rubber mallet, but I figure I'll start low and escalate as I need to. Now, what do you think of that? That's going to work. I never thought I'd have this opportunity. I believe it was my mother used to mention the ability to tear up an anvil with a rubber hammer. I never ever thought that I would have a rubber hammer and an anvil in the same place. Wow. Somewhat prophetic, maybe. I haven't torn up the anvil yet, Mom. Making good progress. It's still got a bit of a wow to it, doesn't it? Alright, let's see if a real hammer has any good here. Getting there. Still got a few kinks in it though. So I'm thinking that for the last bits of these kinks to straighten out, what it's going to have to do, the metal is going to have to go down past level in order for it to rebound to level. And that's not going to happen on an anvil. So I have a block of wood here that I'm going to put on top of the anvil. The block of wood will give a little bit more. I figure my end grain hardwood is harder than is the soft wood underneath here. So maybe, just maybe, I can get that metal to bend further past level and then rebound to flat. We'll see. Oh, yeah, that's effective. Maybe a little too effective. Lighten up on the swing there, Thor. One thing that I want to show you here, just because I just had to do it myself. If you're trying to sight down, whether it be a handsaw or something like this, if you have a kink in it, or if you have something you're trying to straighten out, or in the case of a handsaw, if you're trying to identify where a proud tooth is or something like that, when you look just straight down here, it's hard to identify. Like when you look down there and you see that kink, now you turn it, well, where'd that kink go? Is it here or is it here? I mean, sometimes in the case of a handsaw, that you could be a tooth off, and that could be a problem. So while you're looking at the kink, looking at it with one eye squinted, stick your finger on there, or even a tool of some sort, if you need to pinpoint a really tiny spot, and run it down until, now you can see, and this is, I'm not going to be able to do this very well doing this on the camera, but move your finger down, and then you can see finger or that tool or whatever, and stop it where you can see that it meets up with that kink. Now you can find out where that kink is at. What's that? Folks, I'm going to go ahead and call that straight. What do you think? So I will go ahead and put it, along with its other components, into a bath of white vinegar. Distilled white vinegar, that is. And you may have noticed the little nails that I put underneath it. That's so that I don't have a dry patch, a contact patch on the bottom side. It's possible for it to, I don't know, it kind of does a thing where it sticks to the bottom with just a tiny thin film of vinegar underneath it, and it doesn't do its thing. So I put a couple little nails underneath there to prevent that. There we go. Everything is in the bath, and I'm gonna go put myself in the bed. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you watching. The next installment should be on the way before you know it. So please make sure to click that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.